Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Erica, and today I want to talk about something that I've put off for a bit, and that is if I could be cured of cerebral palsy, would I? Now, when I get more into this video, you might see why I was hesitant to make a video like this and post it. But this is a question that I feel like disabled people get asked so much in their lifetime. And while when it's like young children doing it, like that's understandable because children are curious and they would like to know things. But when it's adults, it's a very intrusive question. So the short answer for me would be no, because I don't feel like there's anything for me to be cured of. Like, yes, my disability does cause me physical pain sometimes, like especially in my hips and my neck. I have a lot of neck and hip issues, so that's something that's come out of my disability. That is something I don't enjoy, and also I don't enjoy dealing with ableism on a regular basis. But that doesn't mean that I want to be cured. What I want more is I want society to do better. I want things to be more accessible. I want there to be less discrimination and just more having people together. You know, like I hate how sometimes I walk in a room and I'm like the only visibly disabled person there, and that can be very uncomfortable. But the reason why I don't like this question may surprise a lot of people, or it may not. I really don't know if people are going to be shocked by this. But like when I really think about it, I'm like, why am I being asked this question? Like, nobody asks somebody who's non-disabled, if you could become disabled, would you? Like, that's just not a question that non-disabled people get asked regularly. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we view able-bodiedness and able-mindedness as the norm, and any type of disability is a deviation from that norm. And I feel like when you look at it that way, you see it as a bit more problematic to be like, oh, if you could wake up and be cured tomorrow, what would you be? And now I understand that for different disabilities, especially progressive disabilities that are going to get worse with time, and also with disabilities that deal with a lot of pain. Like, I understand that those are things people don't want. But I think the questions we should be asking are more about figuring ways of pain management and stabilization of one's condition, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying I don't believe in cures for anything, that's not what I'm saying, but at least for myself and for things like CP, I don't believe in cures. And the reason is because I view my disability as part of my identity. I don't think I would have been the person I am today if I was not disabled. And I think we can say that about a lot of things in our lives. Like, every aspect of us, and our lives shapes our identity. And now, I'm not saying that everybody has to agree with me and that if you want a cure, you're a bad person. But I do wish that a lot of the people that push for cures would also be pushing for social change. Because, I mean, a cure isn't going to happen overnight. And also, even if it does, like, think about it, a lot of people in very privileged positions would have access to it. So people of lower socioeconomic backgrounds would not necessarily have access, and usually that's also people of color. And so I think when you think about it that way, even if you are pushing for a cure, even if you would like for there to be a cure, I think it's also super important to be fighting for social changes, like fighting for marriage equality for disabled people, because currently a lot of disabled people cannot get married because they will lose their benefits if they had their current income to their partner's income. They may lose their benefits, which help them to survive. And also pushing for things like accessibility, because if you look around, not everything is accessible. And also just challenging ableism, because I truly believe that ableism is all around us, because it's embedded in our society. America is, and I hate to say this because people are gonna hate me for this, but that's fine. This is just my belief. I'm not telling anybody else they have to agree with me, but I believe America is founded on things like ableism and a lots of other bigotry, because America was founded on this whole idea of independence. And even if we look at like the industrial revolution, like during that time, people were thought of as like streamlined. Basically, like if you couldn't do the work, we'd find somebody else, and that people were very disposable and replaceable, which really feeds into ableism, because it's basically being like, if you're disabled, then we could easily find someone who's not, so we don't have to value you as a human being. And I think that is something we really need to combat as a society, because it's just not good. So yeah, and that is my take on whether I would opt for a cure for cerebral palsy if given the chance. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not already and you would like to see more of my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm pretty sure it's there. I always point there, so if not, it's awkward, but it's okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.